Hello, hello, it's John Morrell. You know me, home studio, beautiful Catskill Mountains, and I am doing the second fragrance in the Zed Creator collection. I think they all work so well together, and that's right, Ross from TLTG. It's his business over pleasure fragrance. I know you're looking forward to it. Cue the music. Let's do it.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.
Yeah, so it's Business Over Pleasure by Ross from TLTG Reviews and, of course, Mr. George Zaharoff. And I got to tell you, the perfumer. Should I say that? I didn't say it for the last one. I know. Is it rude? Is it rude? Well, it's Claudier. I'm assuming, right? Claudier. Anyway, so this is listen. You've seen the presentation, right? By a bunch of other reviewers. So I guess you don't need me to do it, but I'll do it quickly anyway. I love the box. This thing is dope. I'm a poker player, so obviously this appeals to me. I'm down for sure. Inside the box, these things fit nice and snug, as long as you make sure that top is snapped down. It stays on nice and tight. I love the bottle. Inside the bottle is the card with George and Ross right there. All right, so let's get into this. I wore this today. I've worn this. It's my third wearing today, so you know I like it. I didn't have to do 3 full wearings before I did the review, right? But I do enjoy this. This is exactly what you would expect as far as a very, very nice business scent, workplace scent. Now, this, by the way, that sounds like I'm saying this is decent. This is very good. First of all, this is out of the 3. I haven't done the third yet, so I know I'm giving something away. But out of the 3, this is the most transformative, or the one that evolves the most throughout the life of the fragrance. It really does. So when I first sprayed this on, I was maybe a little surprised. Just knowing how much Ross loves his blue fragrances, but he did warn us. He did warn us, in his video, saying, "Hey, I know you think I love blue fragrances. I do, but this fragrance may not go that direction." And yeah, so it really didn't. Right away, I did get that pepper, the bergamot, a lot of bergamot right away, and the pepper. The pepper, by the way, in my opinion, carries, at least on my skin, carries its way all the way through the fragrance, which I really enjoy. The lemon verbena, the ginger, all of that's just on the mid. So let me go through the notes. Top notes: pepper, coriander, bergamot. Middle notes: lily of the valley, iris, Tuscan iris, cashmere wood, lemon verbena, ginger. Base notes: musk, palo santo, patchouli, tonka bean, amber, and gaiac wood. All right, so when I first spray this on, I do get a lot of bergamot. I get the pepper, which I really enjoy. And it does project pretty well in the beginning, right in the beginning. Now, I will say this settles down. And again, I think this is the point of the fragrance, right? Because let's face it, a work fragrance, you don't want it to fill the room. That's not a work fragrance. That's a, hey, you're stinking up the workplace fragrance. No matter how nice it is, not everyone throughout the entire building or even the entire office space wants to smell you. This is a fragrance that for the first 2 hours, I would say, project maybe an arm length. That's it, which is cool for the workspace. So about an arm length. After the 2-hour mark, it comes closer to the skin. I would say it's about, I'm going to say 6 inches off the skin for another 2. Now, I will say, after about the 5-hour mark for me, just for me, it became a skin scent, but it was still so nice. This fragrance evolved. So it's super bright, but with a little spiciness from the pepper when it first starts out, probably a little of that ginger as well. You get the iris. After about, not long, after about, I would say 5-10 minutes, the iris kicks in with the bergamot and the pepper. And then the cashmere wood, I'm guessing, is what smooths this out right away. This is so smooth. Like there's no, when I say it evolves, it's not like that harsh, like Oh, different fragrance. Oh, different fragrance. This is smooth. It takes you like on this smooth ride, but it does evolve just tremendously throughout the life of this fragrance. And again, for me, it didn't last super long, but hey, I'm fine. The price on these is $119, right? So I'm fine refreshing it, of course. Not if they end up selling out. Then I'm going to be like, save it. But anyway, I guess my only complaint about the fragrance is that they're 2 ounces, because I would love to have 4. I should probably buy, I might buy backups of all of them. Who knows? I may, because I love them all. I don't want to ever give a favorite, because every time I say, listen, every time I wear one of them, I say, that's my favorite. I go, oh, this is my favorite. Oh, no, never mind. This is my favorite, because they're all different. And I don't think they did it on purpose. Maybe they did. Maybe I don't know. But each of these fragrances work so well as a collection because they're all just excellent for different occasions and even different seasons. Although I do think this is a year-round fragrance. So I do think Business Over Pleasure is a year-round fragrance. Absolutely an office fragrance. Absolutely a business fragrance. Absolutely in a suit fragrance. In a boardroom sort of fragrance. It just has the perfect amount of projection for the business space. So yeah, anyway, so as it dries down, you get the iris and all of that. And then I would say the iris carries through. It does, softens up a bit. It gets powdery and it softens up around the 3-hour mark, a little over 3-hour mark. And then you have that, then you get all that. The wood, the amber, the patchouli, the tonka bean, the musk, it's all but it blends so well together. You can't pick out the individual notes. It's just this creaminess. This is a really creamy fragrance on the dry down. And so I really enjoy this. And I heard some people say that it could be gentlemanly. And I agree. I do think this is a gentlemanly fragrance, but it doesn't go too much into the barbershop because my wife hates barbershop. She can't, I don't know what it is. She mentioned it the other day too. She said, you smell like an old man when you wear it. This doesn't go too far that way. She enjoys this. I asked her what she thought. She enjoys it. So I really enjoy this. And again, is exactly, I think, what he set out to do. I love it. I do. I love all these fragrances, but this one's great too. This is when I go to the recording studio and I know there's different fragrances I wear there too. When I go to the recording studio and I know that there's going to be a client there, I'm going to work directly with a client. This is the fragrance for that because it doesn't blow your hair back. You know how that is. There's some fragrances that are great, but if you wear them and someone's close to you, like in a recording studio setting, it's going to blow their hair back, right? It's like, oh, okay. Well, even if they like it, they might say, this guy doesn't know etiquette, right? He's just covering himself with and this may not be the case. You know how it is. Some fragrances just project out there, and that's not necessarily appropriate for a setting where you're going to be close to coworkers. So this is the one for that, for sure. So I absolutely love this. Ross, congratulations. And I mean, I think everyone here knows by now, I hope, that if I didn't like it, I probably just wouldn't review it. I wouldn't, I'm not going to crap on someone's fragrance, especially someone that I know. I just wouldn't have reviewed it. And so I'm telling you, this is a good fragrance. If you haven't got your hands on this, if it's still available, I think it is right now. It's $119 and it's worth it for the presentation, the juice itself. And so, if you want to get a sample, if you don't want to just pay $119, I get that. Grab a sample first, test it out on your skin. Do it on your skin so you can wear it, get a full wearing out of it. I think it's great. This also is a dope AF fragrance. So, yeah. But I want to thank you guys. I know that was a quick one, but I don't have a lot to say about it because I just enjoy it so much. It is exactly what it says it is. Business over pleasure. But I will say this, I do think it's an all-around fragrance. You can wear it anywhere. You can wear it casually, absolutely. Around, just out to a barbecue, whatever. But I do see this as being a work fragrance. It does smell kind of somewhat professional. I will say I think this is a very masculine fragrance. I don't know if this is as unisex. And again, everything's unisex. Everything. But I think this leans more masculine than the other two, in my opinion. So I do think this is a masculine fragrance. So I want to thank you very much. And we out.
John Morel, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin, so that man's got swag.